Hi, this is Debbie with Wrestling in 60 Seconds. I just got done with the ROH, or Death Before Dishonor, media call with Tony Khan, and it was over an hour long. So, I'm telling you right now that this video is not going to be a couple minutes. It's going to be probably longer, so please stay in. I have lots of surprises and just... But if you're here to hear the matches so far, we have Allison Kay versus Willow Nightingale, ROH World Championship match between Jonathan Gresham versus Claudio Castagnoli, ROH World TV Championship Samoa Joe versus Jay Lethal, ROH Pure Championship match Wheeler Yuta versus Daniel Garcia, ROH World Tag Team Championship match FTR versus the Briscoe, the 2 out of 3 falls. ROH Women Championship, Mercedes Martinez versus Selena Dees. Now, before the people who just want to hear the matches click off, I will say that Tony Khan said that there were going to be more matches announced during Rampage tomorrow night, so be sure to catch that. Now, during the briefing, so much information. First of all, he talked about ROH as a company, and if, like it is now, where they have some ROH going into AEW doing matches and things like this. His ideal plan, which I get the plan. I just, the plan is, of course, to get a weekly distribution, and he said that Discover Warner is still hanging in on there. In fact, the company, Discover Warner, was actually at Dynamite, and he's having them to get to know the ROH wrestlers, get to know what ROH is about, and things like this. Let me get my notes. And he wants long-term goals of ROH to be interaction with ROH and AEW, but the primary focus of Ring of Honor will be with the championships. However, there will be no hybrid championships. I'll be the first. I was not familiar what a hybrid championship is. It would be a championship between both companies, and they're not going to do hybrids. However, he said when it came to talking about the Ring of Honor deal that he did, he said that he had put the super card together, but there were stipulations because the deal had not gone through yet. And so he did basically wrote the card, but he had to get approval. This card, Death Before, is totally him. Okay. And he said that he is at every live event, tapings. He's not ever missed one of AEW's Dark Elevation, the pay-per-views, Dynamite, Rampage. He's always been there. He may not be watching what's in the ring and doing something else, but he is there present. The other thing that I was so happy to hear about, they're going to keep ROH as the classic ROH that we know. It's going to have a different feel than AEW, and different hosts, and different rules. For example, in the Pure Championship. And also, if you haven't seen the promo between FTR and the Briscoes that's on YouTube, catch it. It's kind of long. It's maybe 6-7 minutes long. And the other bit of news I have, and it just brought tears to my eyes. Someone asked him, is there anyone that he has signed for ROH that has not been announced? And he said yes. That he was happy to say that he signed the Briscoes to ROH as a long-term deal, And I was like, whoa, I'm so happy to hear that, because the Briscoes, let's face it, have been ROH for a long time, you know, in their history. As far as ROH Touring, he said that they were going to do taping at great venues. One of the ideas he had, and my heart just went, yes, 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 was the old TNA studios at Universal Studios in Orlando, where he does the dark tapings at, that we were just there this past Saturday. He said also that he wants to take ROH pay-per-views to bigger arenas, because they do well there, and that they, you know, there's great places that he, you know, would like to take ROH to, as far as like TV tapings and things like this. So I'm excited about that too. The other thing I'm excited about that they talked about is that, okay, we all knew about the Forbidden Door. We all went crazy over that. Who couldn't be crazy over New Japan and AEW? But ROH did a lot with New Japan Pro Wrestling. And he talked about ROW doing a pay-per-view with New Japan Wrestling, and even a possibility of AEW, ROH, and New Japan. Yeah, isn't that exciting? He talked about also, he wants to take and make ROH into a major league production. So happy about this. Also, he talked about, somebody had asked him about Willow Nightingale. Willow is such a nice person. She, you know, he even said that anytime that, you know, they needed someone, she'd always say, hey, you know, I'd be glad to do it. She was there at the dark taping Saturday. She was on Dynamite. She, of course, is going to be on Friday. And then she's going to be at the pay-per-view wrestling Allison Kay. That's going to be a good match. It's not any title thing. But the other thing, and I really shouldn't, you know, I had mixed feelings about saying this, but someone had asked about Colt Cabana wanted to go to Ring of Honor. And Tony was okay with him going to Ring of Honor, because Colt Cabana had been at Ring of Honor for many years. But we had a caller that came in and said, well, is CM Punk going to Ring of Honor to settle the feud that they had with Colt Cabana? And he didn't want to comment on that. He was very happy that Colt wanted to go there. He had a long history with ROH, and so I was like, wow. I don't know what their feud was, but it couldn't be good. Anyway, I hope I answered a lot of your questions. Like I said, there was so much content. Oh. And before I forget, there's an honor club for people who belong to the honor club. He is going to be revamping the honor club, but it's probably not going to launch before early fall of 2022. And if you have any questions, you can email help@rohwrestling.com and talk about your current, because there's things that you can get and do for your current subscription to the Honor Club, and what your options are. I want to thank you. This has been a long, and thank you for watching, subscribing, and hanging in there with us. We continue to try to bring everything that we hear, and until next time, bye for now.